Welcome friends, it is I, LostScarf, and it's time for the next short Smite beginner guide to Aphrodite. That's right, we're going to play the goddess of love. She's all about healing and clearing and farming, and maybe killing your ass. Now the way this is going to work is, it's a beginner guide. We're going to go over just a lot of really good information for beginners to understand Aphrodite and play well with her. For experts and advanced players, check it out, see if there's anything you think that should be elaborated on, and share that in the comments so that our beginners get more to learn from. Let's go ahead and talk about Aphrodite. Class and roles. Now Aphrodite is a mage but also a healer, so she has good clear, but she does not have the kill potential that other mages have. But because she's a healer, she has a really good sustain, and she can farm well, and she can stick around for a long time because of that. Now for roles, a beginner would play in the solo lane. What happens here is it's not a very glamorous lane for Aphrodite. What you do is use your birds to clear the lane. Birds will heal you and do damage to the minion line, and you'll just be farming up a lot in the first half of the match. You only have to worry about your enemy trying to be aggressive and trying to kill you. If they play too aggressive though and stick around too long, you could kill them, or you could set them up for your jungler to come over and gank and kill them instead. Stuff like that can happen, but for the most part you'll be playing very safe, clearing the lane, farming up, and preparing for the second half of the match, which is the team fighting phase, where Aphrodite is very strong. She can keep a team alive very well one at a time, she can save lives with her ultimate, she can heal a lot of people, she can do really well, and also set up the enemy with her stuns. Now for the niche role, this would be support, and it's very difficult. She can clear and heal, but she does not have the team fight potential that a guardian would have. Still, she can still keep a team kind of alive by healing 1% at a time, stunning enemies, softening up with her damage, and of course saving lives with her ult. Aphrodite's abilities. First up is her passive, Loving Embrace. Now what happens here is when she's linked to someone, they are her soulmate, and when they're linked, she gives 30% of her mana regenerated to her soulmate. She still gets it, but they get 30% of that, which is pretty nice to have if you use a lot of mana. Now her first ability is called Kiss. This is a skill shot that works on allies and on enemies. If you use it on an ally, it links her to them, and they gain movement speed buff, and her other abilities will affect them. Now if she uses it on an enemy while linked to someone else, your ally will get a Jealous Rage bonus, which gives them more damage, and your enemy will be stunned for 1 second. If she's not linked to anyone, it just stuns an enemy. Aphrodite's second ability is called Back Off. This is an AoE attack that bursts from Aphrodite and her soulmate if she is linked. An enemy hit by Aphrodite's burst is knocked back. An enemy hit by her soulmate's burst is hit with a slow instead. Both will do damage. Aphrodite's third ability is called Lovebirds. This is a slow-moving skill shot that does damage over time and heals Aphrodite and her soulmate over time. This is your main source of clear and damage, and it takes a little bit of leading your shot if you're trying to hit someone with it because it takes a while to get to its target. Her ultimate is called Undying Love. When cast, Aphrodite and her soulmate, if she is linked, will break CC that they're under, and they're invulnerable for a duration. This is very useful in surviving attacks in just the nick of time. Kraken comes up, you will save yourself and a teammate. New ult, just big ults, you can save lives, or just big CC chains, you can save lives. Tips and combos. Now here's an interesting tip. Aphrodite's ultimate, it can be cast alone, but you can still link to someone, and they get the rest of the duration of your ultimate, so you can still save lives even if you cast too early. Another one is, you want to focus on farming. Just focus on farming in the solo lane if you're doing solo. Farm up, get a lot of farm going, that way you're built really well for the team fights, which will help your team out in the long run. Another tip is, use Back Off to push enemies into bad spots. This is very important because you can knock people back. If you get them in a bad spot, your teammates will just crush them and you'll be just doing great. Or you can just push them into a tower. It's really good to do it that way. Now this last tip is kind of complex, and this is what's really important about Aphrodite, and that is, during team fights there's a lot to think about. Who should you be linked to? To play it safe, you can just be linked to the person with the lowest HP and heal them up. But it's really, who's doing the most for your team? Should you be linked to a support so that they're tanking damage? Should you be linked to a hunter so that they don't die while they're doing a bunch of damage? Maybe a mage, maybe an assassin? There's a lot of people you should link to, and you just gotta make a decision and pick someone and heal them as you're going. Or if you can figure out who is doing the most for the team, heal them. But if something looks like there's a big ult coming to kill everybody, pick a target, give them your ultimate, and just save their life if you can. It's just really complex what to do with Aphrodite. But if you want to play it safe, like I said, just heal whoever's low. Now for combos, there's really only one combo. That is, stun the opponent, hit them with the birds while they're stunned, get around them to a position where your knockback will put them in a bad spot, and then use Back Off. That's really the best combo you've got. If you're close to your tower, you can stun them, hit them with the birds, get around them, and knock them into your tower, and then they'll take a little bit of damage. There's things like that you can do. Or do the same thing, but knock them into your teammates so that they can wreck them. That's really the best you can do as a combo. Aphrodite is not a killer, but she can make kills happen. Purchases for Aphrodite. Now I'm going to have two kind of different opinions going on here. There's the one you're going to read up there, and then there's going to be what I'm saying right now, because there's just so much to think about with Aphrodite. The more I think about it, the more complex it gets. And that is, Aphrodite can be built a lot of ways. The simplest way to go about it though is to build her power so she can heal a lot and soften the enemies a lot, or to build her some tankiness, maybe some auras to help her teammates out. She won't be as deadly, but she will be really good for her team. Those are two ways to go about it, because there's just so much you can do with her. In the laning phase, it really kind of doesn't matter what you build as long as you play safe. You can farm it really well and build whatever the hell you want for the team fighting phase, so you're very helpful to your team. So you can build auras to give your teammates a bunch of auras to help them out. You can go ahead and get a bunch of proc items so you can help out with your team by just weakening enemies with different procs. You can go for just a bunch of power so you can heal really strongly and do a bunch of damage for softening. There's a lot of things you can do with her. As far as actives go, you can get group actives that'll be very helpful to your team. You can get like the healing sprint, which will be really good because you can then ignore weakening curse and heal yourself and a teammate or maybe two teammates. You can go ahead and get group power. You can get beads and aegis. If the enemy's really on your ass because you're doing a really good job, beads and aegis will help you out because your ultimate's going to be down probably often because the enemy doesn't like you. If you do it, Aphrodite very well, that's what's going to happen there. So there's just a lot of ways to play her. At the end of the day, you'll figure out what works best for you, and good luck with that. In conclusion, Aphrodite takes a while to become relevant because she has to spend the first half of the game farming. Later on in the match, when she's linking up the teammates in team fights, she can keep a team going for a very long time and cause a lot of mayhem. It's really good what she can do, but you have to be very accurate and very skillful. This is the thing about Aphrodite. She's very straightforward in what she can do, but she's very complex in how you do it. You have to rely on positioning very well, aiming your shots very well, and knowing what to do at the right time. And that just takes practice. That takes a lot of practice to get good at. Sometimes you make the right decision, sometimes you make the wrong decision, but that's just how it is. You gotta be confident in what you do and play as best you can, and if you do it right, your teammates are gonna do a really good job with you. So that's it for Aphrodite. Up next is gonna be, I'm not sure yet who the next guide is going to be. We will see as I go forward, you'll see next week. But for now, that right there is the guide. I had fun, hope you're watching, and that is what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun, it's coming by, and see you next time.